In the late 1800s, the town of Tombstone, Arizona, found itself at a crossroads. The discovery of silver had brought prosperity to the region, but it had also attracted a darker element. Outlaws and lawlessness began to cast a shadow over the once promising town. Tombstone became divided between two factions, the cowboys and the law-abiding citizens. The cowboys, led by the notorious Curly Bill Brocius, were a gang of ruthless outlaws who sought to control the town through fear and violence. On the other side were the townspeople, yearning for safety, order, and the restoration of law. The situation had become untenable. The citizens of Tombstone lived in constant fear, with the cowboys wreaking havoc on their lives. It was clear that something needed to be done to bring an end to the reign of terror. Enter Wyatt Earp, a man known for his unwavering commitment to justice. Together with his brothers Morgan and Virgil, Wyatt Earp arrived in Tombstone with the intention of restoring law and order to the troubled town. The Earp brothers quickly made their mark, with Wyatt taking on the role of deputy marshal. His reputation preceded him, and the citizens of Tombstone saw a glimmer of hope. They believed that, finally, someone was willing to stand up to the cowboys and put an end to their tyranny. But the task at hand would not be easy. The cowboys were a formidable force, and Curly Bill was their cunning and ruthless leader. He had gathered a group of like-minded criminals, and they seemed to be everywhere, spreading fear and chaos wherever they went. Wyatt Earp knew that, to bring down the cowboys, he would have to focus his efforts on Curly Bill. The two men were destined for a clash that would define the future of Tombstone. As the tension grew in the town, Wyatt Earp prepared himself mentally and physically for the challenges that lay ahead. He knew that he couldn't let the citizens of Tombstone down. Their hopes and dreams rested on his shoulders. And so, the stage was set for a showdown between Wyatt Earp, the relentless lawman, and Curly Bill, the cunning outlaw. The outcome of this confrontation would determine the fate of Tombstone and the lives of its inhabitants. Little did anyone know that this clash would go down in history as one of the most iconic duels of the American West. A battle between good and evil that would forever etch the name of Wyatt Earp into the annals of legend. Wyatt Earp's arrival in Tombstone sent shockwaves through the town. The citizens, weary from the constant oppression of the cowboys, saw him as their last hope for salvation. With his reputation as a relentless lawman preceding him, Earp wasted no time in asserting his authority. Taking on the role of deputy marshal, Earp began his mission to restore law and order to Tombstone. He quickly established a reputation as a no-nonsense enforcer, earning the respect of the townspeople and striking fear into the hearts of the outlaws. His first target was the infamous Curly Bill Brocius, the leader of the cowboys. Earp knew that taking down Curly Bill would not only neutralize the heart of the criminal organization, but also send a clear message to the rest of the gang. Their days of lawlessness were numbered. Earp, accompanied by his brothers Morgan and Virgil, embarked on a relentless pursuit of Curly Bill and his gang. They patrolled the town, tirelessly gathering information and keeping a watchful eye on the activities of the outlaws. The cowboys, however, were not ones to be easily cornered. They were cunning and elusive, always managing to stay one step ahead of the law. As Earp closed in on their operations, they struck back with acts of violence and intimidation, attempting to dissuade him from his mission. But Wyatt Earp was not deterred. He knew that the path to justice would be paved with danger and adversity. He remained resolute, his determination unyielding. The citizens of Tombstone saw in him a glimmer of hope, a beacon of courage in a town plagued by lawlessness. Earp's reputation as a skilled gunslinger and his unwavering commitment to justice became legendary. The mere mention of his name sent shivers down the spines of the outlaws. They knew that the day of reckoning was fast approaching. As tensions escalated, the inevitable clash between Wyatt Earp and Curly Bill drew closer. The citizens of Tombstone watched with bated breath, hopeful that Earp's courage and skill would prevail against the formidable outlaw. Little did they know that the upcoming confrontation would be a battle not only of physical prowess, but also of wits and strategic thinking. Earp meticulously planned his moves, gathering intelligence and strategizing for the ultimate showdown. The stage was set for an epic duel, where the fate of Tombstone hung in the balance. The citizens, exhausted from years of living in fear, placed their hopes and dreams in the hands of Wyatt Earp. As the sun began to set over the rugged landscape of Tombstone, a sense of anticipation filled the air. The showdown between Wyatt Earp and Curly Bill was about to unfold, a clash that would determine the course of history and bring justice to a town longing for peace. But what would transpire in that fateful encounter? Only time would reveal the outcome of this pivotal moment in the story of Tombstone and the legendary figure known as Wyatt Earp. One hot summer day, tensions reached their peak. Word spread that Curly Bill and his gang were causing trouble at the local saloon. Wyatt Earp, determined to confront the outlaws head-on, strode into the saloon with an air of unwavering confidence. Inside, the saloon fell into an uneasy silence as the two men locked eyes. Curly Bill, recognizing Earp as a formidable adversary, smirked and reached for his pistol. But Earp was quicker. In one swift motion, he drew his weapon and fired a shot that grazed Curly Bill's arm. The saloon erupted into chaos as gunfire erupted between Earp and Curly Bill's gang members. Bullets flew, shattering bottles and splintering wood. The citizens of Tombstone dove for cover, fearing for their lives. Wyatt Earp, an expert marksman, utilized the chaos to his advantage. He skillfully took down one outlaw after another, maintaining his calm demeanor amidst the chaos. As the dust settled, only Curly Bill remained standing, wounded but defiant. The wounded Curly Bill, filled with rage and desperation, challenged Earp to a final duel outside the saloon. Earp accepted, knowing that it was time to end the reign of terror once and for all. The two men faced each other, their guns drawn, in the dusty street of Tombstone. The townspeople watched from their windows, holding their breath in anticipation. The duel was quick but intense. Shots rang out, echoing through the quiet town. In the end, it was Wyatt Earp's steady hand and unyielding determination that prevailed. His bullet found its mark, striking Curly Bill in the chest. The citizens of Tombstone rejoiced as the news of Curly Bill's defeat spread like wildfire. Wyatt Earp had restored law and order to the troubled town, becoming a legendary figure in the process. Tombstone slowly transformed into a peaceful community, with Earp serving as the town's sheriff and a symbol of justice. The once feared cowboys disbanded, knowing that their reign of terror had come to an end. Wyatt Earp's heroic stand against Curly Bill became the stuff of legend, inspiring future generations of lawmen and leaving an indelible mark on the history of the American West. And so, the duel between Wyatt Earp and Curly Bill would forever be remembered as the turning point in the fight for justice in the lawless land of Tombstone, Arizona.